Hello, welcome to Collecting Must. I'm Chris, and I'm flying solo for this video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the NECA Ultimate Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, Jason Voorhees, and that is a mouthful. So, I've had this for a while, and I'm just now getting around to it, so I do apologize. You may have seen here on this channel a while back that I did the retro cloth version of this Jason. I don't have that figure anymore. I actually don't have any of my retro cloths. I'm not a fan of those figures. I really am not. They have a hard time standing, and they don't really do a lot for me. And NECA is now making pretty much all the Jasons. They've gone on record and said that they're planning on doing Freddy vs. Jason, the remake, pretty much everything. So I sold those off, and I will be getting the other ones as they come along, although I'm still not sure if I'm going to be getting the Part 5 Dream Sequence Jason. It's like a 30-second part in the film, and it's basically the Part 4 Jason reskinned, so I have not decided. But anyways, here is the box, and I love these Ultimate boxes. This is basically the poster from the film. Says, on the side with some lightning, NECA Real Toys, same on the side. There's a read up there on the back. It says, as a child, Tommy Jarvis did what many others died trying to do. He killed Jason Voorhees, the mass murderer who terrorized the residents of Crystal Lake. Years later, tormented by the fear that maybe Jason isn't really dead, Tommy and a friend make a fateful trip to Jason's grave. And this is actually my favorite film in the whole entire series. It's a mixture of just horror, there's comedy, there's lots of tongue-in-cheek stuff. I love it. There's so many good characters in this movie. A lot of the Friday the 13th movies, like basically Jason is the only good character, but Tommy is great in this film. I like Tommy's girlfriend. I like the guy who takes care of the cemetery. I love Jason, obviously, and also the sheriff is pretty good in this as well. Of course, like all the other Ultimates, it opens up, and Jason would be there, and then there's a picture of the figure. So, first let's talk about his accessories. He comes with this Jason Voorhees tombstone, which is actually kind of small, but it is a lot like the one in the film, although I do personally think the one in the film is a little more rounded. But, nevertheless, it's alright. Like I said, though, it's kind of small. He also gets this ball-peen hammer, which I don't actually off the top of my head remember him using, but I'm sure he did. And he gets this cleaver. He also gets this rod, which is from the fence post. Spoiler alert, that is shoved in his chest, and lightning hits that, and that brings him back. So it's like a Frankenstein type thing. He also comes with this hunting knife, which goes down in his sheath. One of the things I love about this Jason is his belt. It's awesome. And then, of course, what Jason would be complete without his trusty machete? And they decided just to go for a plain look on the machete. It would have been nice if maybe they put some blood on it. One thing I really wish that we would have gotten with this Jason is some alternate hands that are just relaxed. Because if you've seen the Friday the 13th accessory set, where you're doing the scene where he's under the water, his hands are relaxed. So I wish maybe we would have gotten that with either this or the accessory set. But anyways, I just want to show you guys, these rods are known for being very, very fragile. It twists, so do not try to force it in his hands. You basically put it back together like this, and then you twist it. I had 2 of these break on the retro cloth, and it's basically the exact same mold. I had one break virtually out of the package. I contacted NECA. They sent me another one, and a couple months later, the figure fell off the shelf, and the second one broke as well. You can also go ahead and take off the mask, and you can see the face. Now, they didn't really show the face that much in the film. They showed it in the beginning, when he's resurrected, and he's got like maggots and stuff all over it. This is not one of my favorite Jason faces. I think his head almost looks like he's made out of like seaweed or something. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. One thing I am a big fan of is the blacked out eyes of this mask. I think it's really cool that you don't see his eyes. I think it adds a little bit of scariness or spookiness to him. But yeah, let's start going over the figure. I believe this shirt mold piece and maybe the arms are reused from the Part 3 and Part 4 Jason. Maybe they're slightly tweaked. I don't know. Of course, you have this awesome belt here. He has the darts that he threw. This belt came, spoiler alert, when he was in the woods and there was some guys that were paintballing. And he got this from them. Funny side story to that, though, in the original script for the film, it was actually real hunters that he came across, not paintballers. And he actually ended up getting a gun from one of them, and he shot one of them with a gun. But they decided that Jason should not be using the gun, and that was taken out of the film. I would have loved to have seen him pop a cap in somebody. I think that would have been really funny. Or to use the gun as a blunt weapon. Maybe he takes the gun, and instead of shooting somebody with the gun, he jams it through their eye or something. But it was not to be. I'm almost positive this leg mold is reused, as well as the boots. But it looks really good. You see some blood here. Of course, there's some blood here. It's dirty. He's got the gardening gloves on, which I always found to be really funny and I like. You can see the belt carried over here. You see the back of the head. Articulation-wise, it's pretty much like all the other ones. It's got really good articulation. The arms go up. They go out, although the joints can be pretty stiff. Elbow bends. Slight pivot in the wrist, but not really, and it turns. Head doesn't go up much at all. Looks down about that far, and it swivels back and forth. He doesn't have like an ab crunch or anything, and he has a slight swivel at the waist, but it's pretty much all hindered by all this. The legs go up about that far and back about that far. Not really a ton. Knee bends about that far, and it does have a swivel there. And then he's got rocks back and forth on the foot and a slight pivot up and down. So a lot better than the older Jasons, obviously. Let's see. Let's take out the machete. There's the classic look with the machete, which works really well for him. Let's take out the knife. Knife fits good in his hand. Have to say the cleaver is a little bit loose. Let's try it in this hand. It's better in this hand, although Jason is known for being right-handed. So, and the ball peen hammer. It's all right. It's kind of loose. I would never display him with those things, anyways. Let's put the. Let's see, which way does this go? I'm gonna put the machete back in here. Actually, I think it goes this way. Now this is a little bit of a fight because of the arm, but you can get it. And then this is kind of weird. Oh, also I wanted to mention on my retro cloth, the one that I had as well, Part 6, that the belt broke as well. It was, this part fell off. But so far I haven't had any issues with this one. I haven't really heard of any real issues. Let's show you how you do this. Take this, you spin it apart, you feed one end through here, and you can do like the other thing if you want, where you feed it through here and put them together. But I cannot get this to go through this hand for nothing. I've tried and tried and tried, so I virtually just gave up. So basically, you just put it back together like that, and you can slide it down in his hand to hide the part where it goes together. And yeah. There you have Part 6 Jason, which I love the look of. There's the tombstone, there's the other little things, there's the box, and that's it. I love this Jason. I recommend this to anyone. This is one of the best ones in the line, in my opinion. I like it better than the 3 and 4. I like the 3 and 4, obviously, but this to me is just a look for Jason that is iconic to that exact film. 3 and 4 are so interchangeable. Like, unless someone's a diehard fan, you can show 3 or 4 to someone and say, which movie is this from? And they'll say, well, it's either 3 or 4. But this one, you know, is Part 6. I haven't picked up the Part 2 Jason yet, but I do plan on picking that up soon, as well as the 1990 Pennywise. The new Michael Myers I do plan on getting as well, among some other things. So be on the lookout for those videos. But that is going to do it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care. Bye.